Hey everybody, welcome back to another business analysis video. In today's video, I'll be talking to you about how to handle quiet, introverted stakeholders and members of your team. So a lot of times in workshops or requirements elicitation meetings, you can encounter stakeholders that are really quiet and it seems like they're not going away with any actionable items. This can be applied to stakeholders during your requirements elicitation or workshops or during your team meetings, your retrospective meetings. And sometimes when the person asking questions, it seems like this other person is not really interested in the project or where we're trying to reach, especially when it comes to our team meetings. It's also quite interesting to see that many developers, many techie people are very introverted and they don't really contribute as much when it comes to interaction or collaborative sessions. So as a business analyst or the person holding interviews or holding meetings, you really need to understand these types of people. And I'm doing this topic because I'm speaking from experience as an introvert and a person who generally prefers to listen than speak or have actionable items. So a thoughtful approach is very helpful to examine all the angles and approaching any issues reasonably as a business analyst. So if you get everybody in one room and have an open discussions about things, how things should be going, how things are in the team, sometimes you just don't hear much from introverted people. As much as this could be a problem, there are a lot of qualities that introverts bring onto the team, onto the project. Number one, introverts are very good listeners, and I speak from experience. Number two, introverts are excellent critical thinkers. We excel at critical thinking. Number three, quality and accuracy. We are very focused on quality and accuracy. Is highly important for introverts and quiet people. Introverts are generally very detail oriented. Because of that attention to detail and listening, we tend to focus really on the detail. And number five, because we are great thinkers, we tend to explore problems from various angles because we think too much. So let's look at the negative side, the issues. Now, I want to clarify that introversion or extroversion is not divided to one extreme. So people aren't generally 100% introverted or 100% extroverted. People generally will have traits from these two personality types. So for instance, you could have a member of team who doesn't really contribute to retrospectives or airing their views during meetings. But then you could have some introverts who on the extroverted side like to do demos, like to do presentation, and are out there when it comes to these certain types of deliverables. So this is why you shouldn't really classify introverts as 100% introverts. They might have certain extroverted traits and vice versa. So how do you identify these introverts, say in workshops, and how do you help them to be more open? Number one, you need to first know that introverts prefer not to speak up in front of a group or in front of a lot of people. So during your workshop, you can start to identify the introverts, the people that are not really contributing during these sessions, and then you can then identify that you need to have a one-to-one session with them so that you can really draw out their views and their perspectives with regards to the workshops you had and what contributions they can make with regards to that. Another aspect of introversion is that introverts would generally speak up and come out when they feel comfortable to do so. And I speak from experience. Around my family, around my friends, I tend to seem like an extrovert. But around certain other situations, I first approach as an introvert, and then when I feel comfortable, I can come out and speak. So start by doing certain games this doesn't generally work for introverts as well, but start by breaking the ice, asking people to introduce themselves or say something very interesting about themselves, share something within the team. It will help that introverts to come out and pinpoint one person that they can generally relate to or air their views with. Number 3, you need to be able to identify that introverts need time to process. We need time to process things. So in workshop settings, when everybody's discussing and airing their views, it takes time for introverts to really see each person's perspective. Again, like I mentioned, we are critical thinkers, so it takes time for us to really identify and look at these various views because they've been shared openly all at once. So it generally will take time for introverts to process things. So how do you help introverts here? Maybe try and provide them with different ways to consider things over a period of time. You can also set up a way for the team to submit discussion incrementally throughout the sprint or throughout your workshop. Allow them to submit things incrementally. Maybe have an anonymous Dropbox where people can just introverts can just drop their comments or their views without feeling the attention from certain other types of people within the room or within the group. At the same time, also give the stakeholders or members of team time to circle back. They have the opportunity to change their mind. They have the opportunity to continue the discussion from past meetings, from past retrospective, because they didn't have the opportunity to bring it up during that meeting, for instance. So that's one way that you can also allow that introvert to share their views, share their points. So that's it for today's video, how to help your introverts feel more comfortable during workshops, during team meetings, how to help them feel comfortable. So 3 ways in which we can help introverts to come out and collaborate and add value to the team, to the workshops, and to the meetings. So that's it for today's video. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Click the subscribe button so that you're updated whenever I upload videos. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.